We actually started State Plate with just, I think, a mere 5,000 rupee investment. That's it. We didn't want to spend also back then because it was something that we were not sure if the idea actually had as much potential as we thought in our brains. And to spend a lot of our parents' money and not even ours was just, it was not right to do. It was, I think, 1 o'clock at night. I got so excited. I called Raghav. He was also half asleep. I was like, dude, listen, I found the name. Even if you don't want to, let's say, keep a particular product now, vendors will be like, आप बस अपना address भिजवा दो, let me send you samples. सामने से free का खाना आ रहा है.
Welcome to the very first episode of Startup Central. Here we talk to the founders of different startups about their journey, their mistakes, their learnings, so that you can have a holistic stepwise approach to starting up in India. So if you know of any startup which deserves a space here, do let us know in the comment section below. Most people have their comfort food, but there are very few who would go beyond them and build a business due to shortage of papad in their household. But of course, we have with us the exception. Raghav and Muskan, the co-founder of State Plate, which is an e-commerce website which sells authentic food products across India. Hello Muskan, hello Raghav.
Hi Ritu.
First, I would want to just ask you, how do you guys feel, like even before graduating, to have a startup and then within 15 months presenting it on the national level? Like, what is the feeling? I just want to know the feeling right now.
When life unfolds in a way where, which was never expected right after college, I think that's and when it happens for good, it feels amazing. I think both Muskan and me had a very set path that, okay, we'll go for consulting jobs, then VC or P, then an MBA outside, and then we'll see where life takes us. But I think right after college, or in fact before giving our exams, starting a startup, I think it's good. It feels good to do this at such an early stage.
None of this was planned. It all just happened, like literally. COVID happened. We had this 6-month period. We ended up starting up. Back then, we didn't even think it would be this serious, honestly. And then we got so much, customer love. Realized this is a problem that people actually need a product like this. Started building it. Just like went on in the flow. Realized we need funds. Relatives sent the Shark Tank link. Never expected we'd make it there. Just filled it like another form. Went for the auditions. Got this thing, we're in the studio round. It all happened very fast. And I don't think we also have properly gotten time to process everything yet.
Don't you guys think the Shark Tank timing was perfect with the growth of the company? Like, it was just like at like the perfect time when you got the chance to present yourself.
It was a good time that we had scaled to a certain level and then got to Shark Tank, because we have seen Shark Tank not really being as accepting of businesses which are pre-revenue, especially for us, because we don't have a lot of prior experience. Our numbers do speak for themselves and show what we have achieved in the last 15 months. So I think that was one good thing. But we also would have hoped that if it would have happened a couple of months later, we would have been happier, because we would have had more of our own brand ka products, which we didn't have at that point of time. That was a phase where we were still making that transition from other brands to our own brand. So that confusion was there. But I think, वैसे देखो तो every time you'll feel like, थोड़ा और करके जाते हैं. But this was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and of course we didn't want to miss it.
Now let's rewind to May 2020, when State Plate was just an idea. And we were in the middle of a lockdown, in a panic state, and people were cutting down on their household expenses. And at that point, what gave you the confidence to go ahead with this plan?
It was the lockdown itself which gave us the confidence. Had it not been for the lockdown, I don't think both Muskan and me would have started the State Plate ever. Both of us got so much free time, and also our jobs got deferred. So I think that was a time when we realized that, okay, yaar, abhi free बैठे हैं, job भी बहुत दूर है, but it's secure. That कुछ नहीं हुआ तो job तो है. It gave us that good 6 months of time to experiment whatever we wanted to without taking any risk. There was nothing that was, let's say, we were sacrificing to do that?
We actually started State Plate with just, I think, a mere 5,000 rupee investment. That's it. We didn't want to spend also back then because it was something that we were not sure if the idea actually had as much potential as we thought in our brains, and to spend a lot of our parents' money and not even ours was just, it was not right to do. So what we did was, even the first version of the website that we created, that was also created by us. So we all the way from a non-tech background, we didn't want to sort of spend on a developer and everything so early on. The product listing and everything, we clicked the photographs ourselves, we would sit and pack the orders ourselves. The design of the website, my sister is a pursuing designer, so she helped with the design. So everything was, like within the family, we were trying to cut down as much as possible. Only after 3 months of State Plate, July 31st, August 1st was when we officially launched. So only end October, when we realized that this is working, we have great amount of traction and response from people, then we started spending a little bit of money on renting our warehouse and starting to ship pan India, starting to build our website on Shopify. And then even our family was able to see that success that was coming in, so it became fine. And then I think within 6 months, then again we went into fundraising anyway.
So what was the first state you guys tapped in, and what was the reason behind it?
The inception of the idea came from our Rajasthani papad.
Yeah,
That was an emotion for us, and for us, like, it's something that Raghav and I also relate to on a very personal level, because both of us are from there and we understand Rajasthani regional food more than anything else. Today, I think we can gladly say that we understand a lot of ethnicities ka food, but back then it was Rajasthan that we were most confident in. We had a lot of personal contacts, connections in Rajasthan for sourcing and everything also. Back then, again, we wanted to start off with what was easy, because first we wanted to establish whether this is a problem or not. I think our second state was Maharashtra, again because the Maharashtra distributor was very easily available to us. So we got the vendor very easily, and then I think we expanded states as and when we got demand from people.
So you both are from SRCC, and I mean, if I'm not wrong, you both were a part of Enactus as well, right? So did all of it help you in your journey in any way, the fact that you graduated from SRCC and being an active member of Enactus?
If there's something that has helped us in building State Plate, that's Enactus for sure. SRCC, of course, overall, because we got the opportunity of Enactus at SRCC and even met so many good folks who could challenge our minds to think more and more. I think that, and have such high ambitions. That was SRCC where we learned so much.
Enactus was actually the first time I experienced it firsthand. I actually worked on entrepreneurship and realized how it works. Before that, it was just in my head. And then we also got a chance to present both our models on a national platform and world platform. So I think that confidence of how to pitch, how to talk to different kinds of stakeholders was very important. That I think gave me the personal confidence that I am good at it. I think the second most important thing that Enactus and SRCC gave me was my co-founder, Raghav. So that's where we realized, I think in Enactus, that how both of us had such complementary skill sets, but such a similar ambition and vision for what we wanted to achieve.
So let's go back to why the State Plate, and how did you come up with this name?
So pehle, we were thinking of names, okay, and we were thinking along the lines of India, Discover India, food, keywords. We were trying to make names, and we were not getting that, that kick out of any name, this is the name. One night, suddenly, I was sleeping and thinking just in my head, and suddenly I thought of this, state or plate ka the rhyming combination. So State Plate. And then, it just struck me. I was like, yeah, this is perfect. It has such a nice ring to it. It was, I think, 1 o'clock at night. I got so excited. I called Raghav. He was also half asleep. I was like, dude, listen, I found the name. And he was like, what? And I was like, State Plate. And he also was like, अरे यार भाई perfect, मतलब यही है.
So if I'm not wrong, Raghav, you did join Kearney for like 4 months after founding Stateway. So what was the rationale behind joining and then again leaving within 4 months?
I come from a Marwadi family, and जब Kearney जैसी job रहती है which pays you well, तो जो check आता है at the end of the month, you can't ignore it so easily. And of course, state paid was not at a level उस टाइम that I could have told them that अरे आप चिंता मत करो, यहाँ पे नहीं है तो यहाँ से तो मैं ले आऊंगा पैसे. So I think that was like a little bit of pressure, but also like some of it was also that I spoke to a lot of people and they told that having a name like Kearney will definitely help you. So at the back of my mind, I think I was clear that लंबा तो नहीं होगा ये. I just thought that maybe 2-3 महीने figure out करते हैं. अगर साथ में चलता है तो well and good, नहीं चलता तो mostly we'll leave.
I mean, you guys have already done with 50,000 orders, which is like a huge number. And with 2 rounds of funding also you're done. So what are your plans in the near future?
While they seem like very big numbers, I think we are not yet even like 0.1% done. But of course, I think fulfilling so many orders has also made us reach a level and given us so many insights about this industry. Going ahead, I think one thing that is on the radar is I think we are going to launch more and more products in our own brand. Other is I think to start one-day delivery or same-day delivery in Bangalore. So currently our delivery timelines are generally 2 days in Bangalore, 4 to 5 days across other metro cities, and within 7 days across India. But I think we realized that with a category like ours and how internet is being reimagined by people like Zepto, Blinkit, all of them, I think people are getting into this habit of getting things faster. And if you are still stuck in that era of कि आराम से 5-7 days में पहुंच जाएगा, a lot of people will just leave you. Third, I think, is going a level higher in building a very strong team, because I think Muskan and I have realized that now for us to scale up, we need a strong team.
Are you guys like, do you guys love food? Are you guys foodies?
YES in caps.
Papad being like your most favorite.
It's one of my favorites for sure. I don't think I complete a day without papad. Most of my days I have papad for all 3 meals, including breakfast.
I wasn't a big foodie before. With Stateway, I've like gotten a lot of knowledge कि यार ये क्या होता है, and I had to know, like it wasn't like कि ठीक है यार ये मुस्कान तुम संभाल लेना, I won't, because when you're talking to your customers, when you're talking to your investors, whomsoever, you have to know what you sell, and if you don't know that, I think it's a big no-no. So I think that way अब मैं थोड़ा foodie बन गया हूँ.
So what's the favorite part of your job? I mean, Muskan, you are a passionate foodie. So is it like trying out new items every other day?
My house is always so full of samples. So in the first few months, my favorite part was the free samples. All vendors will send you free samples of khana. So for us, even today and after the Shark Tank airing, even if you don't want to, let's say, keep a particular product now, vendors will be like, आप बस अपना address भिजवा दो, let me send you samples. सामने से free का खाना आ रहा है. Now it's reached a point where now my mom is like, oh my god, और कितना खाना आएगा? अब बंद करवा दो मुस्कान. My house is full.
I love my job because I think I have to do something every day, and it doesn't fit into that job wala definition as such.
You said that you are a big foodie and Raghav is not. So why not have a rapid fire round and decide on it? You know, I'll just pick up food from your platform, all the products you have, and you are going to say from which state they are from. Let's see. You know, we are going to test the owners right now.
Raghav, are you ready to lose?
I think that will be easy because I think I am the person who reorders all the stuff. Like I used to reorder like all the stuff, so I know the vendor name, I know which state it comes from.
Okay.
So I think,
I do in my heart. I don't need to reorder.
Okay, I can see how competitive you both are. So, well, I'm going to just blurt out the name of the product, whoever goes first. Okay, so the first product is Cook Me Garam Masala.
Where's my name?
Raghav one.
Muskan, I said it first. What? Ritu?
I'm just thinking now because you both literally went in unison. It was almost a chorus.
ठीक है, tie.
Tie, ठीक है, चलो दोनों को 1-1 दे देते हैं, कोई नहीं. ठीक है, next. Interesting. Daga Churi.
Rajasthan.
Muskan. Okay, third is going to be Indrani Eyes.
Maharashtra.
Raghav. Let's go with dry food burfi.
Gujarat.
Gujarat.
Raghav.
I think we should call it off now, and we should decide the winner.
Okay. Akash, Namkeen, Ujjain,
Madhya
Madhya
Pradesh.
Pradesh.
Muskan. Okay. Okay, last one, guys. Let's see who wins. Karachi Bakery Food District.
Hyderabad.
Andhra Pradesh. Telangana.
Andhra Pradesh. What am I saying?
Raghav,
Telangana.
Telangana.
Yes.
I mean,
Who's the
okay,
winner?
so Raghav is 4 and Muskan is 3. So,
It's fine.
so you guys have Peyush Bansal on board, right? From Shark Tank. So, what is it that you're looking from him? Like these sort of insights or expertise?
Even when we went into Shark Tank, we were hoping to either close a deal with Aman or Peyush. I think we're very grateful, very grateful to have him, because he is one of the people on among the sharks who's actually seen all sides of. He's seen manufacturing also, he's seen technology also, on demand side he's seen offline also, he's seen online also. So I think the range of experiences that he has is so diverse and so wide, and he already has decades of that experience. He knows what's going to wrong before we can even think about it. So I think just getting that insight from him and getting that clarity on where we should go, how big we can make it, is very important.
We want your advice for future entrepreneurs, that what should they focus more and which you haven't made.
I think these two things I would say, like one is your the research part before starting up. We didn't research as much as we should have. We didn't talk to as many stakeholders as we should have. We just spoke to some customers and some people on the supply or vendor side. But talking to your competitors, people who have been in this industry before, people who know the nitty-gritties, talking to venture capitalists, understanding how they evaluate businesses, talking to other founders, customers, doing bigger surveys, spending little capital to do more, getting your MVP in place. So first you can test how the product is working before taking bigger and bolder bets. Those are, I would say, important advices.
Absolutely correct. Like, वही दो तीन चीजें करनी होती है. If you do that right, you are good to go. And just aim high, यार. Aim high.
Aim तो unrealistic हो सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Ambitions बड़े होने चाहिए. And you know, even VCs actually tell us this, that when you start dreaming about something that even you think कि यार ये तो बहुत ही बड़ा sound कर रहा है, you know that you are on the right track. So I think aim should be high, but your feet should be grounded, and you should actually work hard to get that high and take those steps. बस aim करने से कुछ होगा नहीं, तो वो ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है.
I think those were some great advice, and with that we come to the end of this interview. I hope you found it useful and informative, and do let us know about it in the comment section below.